This is the shed inspiration, this plant pot.
We are starting my Carrie Bradshaw walk-in wardrobe extravaganza transformation.
This is a video confession.
The intention is to get it restored.
My dad's wee house, the extension onto this house, is now watertight. Right, so I'm starting this vlog with a more realistic shot of our house. We're back for another house to home vlog today, and this every time I see this site, I just, what we've got going on here is a broken picture. So the glass broke, so the picture is actually falling out of the frame.
Oh, I taped that. That's a painting.
Thomas is here, by the way.
That's a nice painting.
We've got stuff that was left over when we moved in that I've asked Thomas to remove from the wall, probably.
It's a feature.
5
If
times?
you take that down, there'll be nothing there.
Oh, ignore the room of doom. We've got a teething baby. She's just gonna be here chilling, making a lot of noise. We've got the multiple layers of colours that were in the house before our new radiator went in.
I like that though, because it's the same colour pattern as the painting.
He likes it, everybody. He
Look
likes
at this,
it.
look. Same colours.
Yeah, we've got our disgusting bins. There's a sticker on one of them. I hate them. A random chair.
That's a nice
just
chair.
everything.
And I'd have that at the table, but someone keeps taking it.
Ow! But let's go in somewhere that's really pretty.
Right, we're in the conservatory, and I don't know why everything looks kind of bluish. I think it's just because it's rotten out, like it's piss and rain. But in the last house to home vlog, we told you we were going to be giving this room a little freshen, because we got a sponsorship with Little Green over on Instagram, and Thomas did all the pictures. Isn't it so cute?
I did them twice.
He did them twice. Oh, do we have any of those little things left, the hooks?
I binned them. I think I threw a couple in the drawer.
So these keep it handy metal hooks are not handy, it turns out.
They're a lot of shite. And I knew they were shite, but I didn't have access to a drill, and my Hilties, the masonry nails I normally use, weren't working. So as a result, I went to Tesco's, I got those things, knowing full well they'd destroy the wall, and they did. And they fell off and took all the paint with them. So, and broke 2 of the frames. So now,
they're terrible. So now the pictures are drilled in.
So now I've drilled holes and done them proper.
The idea with this was just to make a really pretty corner. First things first, the stunning antique piano. We did not buy this. This is a family piano. It was actually Thomas's older sister's piano. We usually have it covered. We've just taken off the blanket for the purposes of this. The candle holders, I'm obsessed. It was sitting in the in-laws shed. Our eldest is very obsessed with music, loves watching people play instruments and stuff. Definitely seems to have an interest in piano. So we kind of want to nurture that, and just wanted to see if he'd show interest in this over the next few months, because the intention is to get it restored, and the issue with that is it'll be, what will take like 4 months, and it would cost about 3 grand, I think. But then at the end of it, you'd have like a brand spanking new, stunning piano that's like over 100 years old. I think it would be worth it, but it's obviously not at the top of our priority list in terms of money. But I've always wanted a piano in our home, and we're not keeping this in here. It's in here temporarily because it's drying out. It had like a lot of damp and stuff like that. The piano guy who moved it here told us that was okay to keep it in here.
Yeah, he said just to keep it covered, just to keep direct sunlight off it.
But like, look at the little stool. I just love it so much. So this wee lamp was left here when we moved in. It was still here on top of the piano against the stunning paint. By the way, this is Bath Stone by Little Green. A big reason for the paint choice in the conservatory is these curtains in the living room. The beautiful curtains that we had made for the sitting room are a very similar colour, a very earthy, you know, neutral kind of colour that goes beautiful with green and plants. When we were looking through at the peach, it just looked rotten. It did not go. I love the colour of that paint with the chimney. It's just the beautiful piano and the pretty flowers, bougainvillea, beautiful books, exceptional titles. A couple of these I've never read. Some of them I read when I was younger. But regarding the artwork choices, so some of you might say Van Gogh, some of you might say Van Gogh, but he is one of my favourite painters, and this is obviously a recreation of the I think it's called Starry Night Over the Rhone. It's a kind of a canvasy recreation, and I got this on Amazon. I am in love with it. In love with it. It makes me think of the Skerries harbour, and that's me and Thomas there. This is Van Gogh too. It's the cafe terrace at night, and always makes me think of our time in Spain, because a lot of the little cafes had like the outdoor sitting areas like that, and people would stay out really late at night. This is very famous. I can never remember the name of it, but I'll write it here. I love this. It's a really popular print recreation of like an old painting, but the dog like defending the little girl and how miserable she looks, and oh how I just want to tell whoever's being nasty to her to feckin' leave her alone. And I am that doll. That doll sums up how I feel in motherhood. I got this frame, this frame, this frame, and this frame, all from various charity shops. That came with the art inside. That is a picture of Smaug from one of my old Hobbit books. That one I just thought was really beautiful. Found that on Amazon. What did we say? This is supposed to be you right now.
This is me trying to do my full-time job and do the extension and help mind the kids and help
me with my job, do your degree. Pulled in all directions, especially by the willy. This is gorgeous. That was on Amazon as well. Very chuffed with that corner. Eventually that piano will be in the sitting room, and then this, my plan is for this to be like floor to ceiling bookshelf going up over the door.
That's your plan.
That's my plan. And to get a cozy roof.
And I don't share that plan.
I want rid of the glass roof. Like, it just makes the room so hot in summer and so cold in winter.
It's like a sauna. People pay good money for a sauna.
It's so hot in here right now, even though it's so cold and miserable outside. I'm sweating. We do need to get this fan fixed so we can just properly sit, because there's only certain times a day we can sit out here. This is the furniture we showed in an old vlog. The old rocking chair that was left here, and all the lovely plants. Still very much alive somehow. Never kept plants alive before I moved in here. But for now we have Mr. Dyson out here for when it gets too hot. Lots of broken tiles and stuff like that, and there it's obviously not like a total big, you know, renovation job, but what matters is we can now go in there, because obviously, as we told you, the room was just full of mold and objects from the house while other renovations were happening. But the biggest update since the last video is that my dad's wee house, the extension onto this house, is now watertight. So we're gonna go out and show you the amount of progress on that has been insane. It has flown up, and we've got a little surprise for my dad as well. So he's gonna be back from the shops now in a minute with our son. He's off work today, and we're gonna surprise him. Show you, it's like the length of the bungalow now is ridiculous. It looks like a shopping centre. Are you leading the way? Where are we going, honey?
Mommy, it's the house.
Whose house?
Granddad's house.
Granddad's house. So yeah, house now is very long. This is out front of Dad's extension. It'll be turned into more driveway, but a lot of garden stuff is gonna have to go because so much of the garden was torn out. Let's have a little tour. The granddad pad.
Ill repute.
Obviously we're still in a building site, but
You know what the plan is, don't you?
yeah, well I know, they don't know really. Open plan sitting room, and then kitchen with a little island. I'm really jealous that you're gonna have space for an island, I have to say.
Straight line kitchen.
Yeah.
It's only me.
Straight
and
line
whoever
kitchen.
I invite back.
Cream kitchen with shaker style is what you're thinking.
Ivory shaker.
Yeah.
Traditional type of stuff.
And
A French wooden floor. I picked that lovely floor from where we went yesterday.
yeah, we went to National Tile, which is the company that we collaborated on our floor. Dad loves our floor so much that he's buying his floor from them, and he's also buying his bathroom from them, and the kitchen tiles. What did you pick? Like the terracotta tiles?
Terracotta to go with the ivory cream shaker. And,
I'm so excited for you to decorate in here.
And then
So yeah, over here, because it's just Dad living in here, this is going to be like one master bedroom, you know, like double bed and stuff. Ensuite, doors out to the patio. He's going to do like a deck-in or a patio or something cool out there. It's actually going to be quite a big bathroom, like
stone kind of tile.
oh yeah, this kind of like sandy coloured, natural coloured stone. Those tiles like all over bathroom. I feel like your bathroom's going to be bigger than our bathroom.
that's what I was telling you yesterday. This length can be the back down along here, and the stool along here.
Yeah. Oh, upstairs for guests. How do I do this?
Picture up where you can see the windows.
Yes. So right now there's a styra. Thomas put the styra in. Shit. Ta-da! This is temporary. The eventual plan is a very cool spiral staircase for like people staying over. So just one of those really cool little spirally.
If you go up there.
Are you hammering things, mister?
Where your skylights are going in, that'll be blocked off.
Yes. To give you a sense of like the space, but this is going to be amazing. There you can see the skylights. That'll be the one with the shaft for our bathroom. That one will be the shaft for our walk-in wardrobe. And then these windows let so much light in, but I love lofts.
And that point's north, and it's dark out that way for looking through the telescope through
oh yeah,
those windows at night.
well, that is my plan for your 60th, is to get you a really good telescope. During the pandemic, a lot of you remember I lived with Thomas's parents, and we lived in their loft space, and so I love this shape of the, like with the walls coming down either side. I don't know, it was just so cozy. I'm so excited about how quick this has gone up. I can't believe it.
It'd be a nice sized guest room.
I just love the thought of him just running out the door to you.
Every morning. When I'm retired, when I'm supposed to be sleeping, I'll be getting up at 6.
This is Granddad's bedroom.
That is Grandad's bedroom. Speaking of bedroom, I have a surprise for you in the house. It's a surprise. I need you to help me. We have to unveil.
What's this? It's a new car.
It's your bed.
It's a new bed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's from Emma Mattress, our video sponsor. It's a bed for your new little house. So this is the brand of mattress, of the mattress that you're using, but this is a premium Emma mattress.
For my old back.
For your old back.
Oh no, that's cool. Jeez.
I'm pretty much an Emma ambassador at this stage, and we have no bedrooms left for mattresses, but they wanted to work together again. A lot of you guys
Now you
are
have to
in the
explain this, 'cause
market.
I'm 60, I don't know what
yeah,
an
you
ambassador
don't.
is.
Okay, so I bought my own Emma mattress during the pandemic, shared that, then they started sponsoring the channel, and I've basically worked with them on multiple different jobs like bed frames, pillows. I have the premium mattress on my bed, and it is
And is it good?
mwah, it's so good. It's really
Well, you know
firm.
what, so that's firmer than the one I have already.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
This mattress is absolutely gorgeous to sleep on. You can hear that beautiful song from the Conservatory. But there's no motion transfer at all. So, but
Thomas moves off the bed, you're not aware of him.
no, the room Dad is living in right now is going to be our future guest room, and I figured why not work with them again.
Right, well
Gift
now-
you a lovely mattress for your
Thank you
granddad
very
pad.
much. Thanks, Emma. One less thing I have to buy. If that keeps me asleep after 6 o'clock, so don't blame me if I don't wake up to mind your kids.
My sleep is very important to me, as it is to many of you. If you're in the market for a mattress, I have a little bit of an extra discount on top of the discount that they already have going on the website. This is my code.
What are you doing? What are you pointing at?
The discount code is on screen.
Is it? Yeah. It will be. It's always worth spending a bit on your own bed where you spend most of your time if you can afford something good.
A good
it's
one.
worth getting something good.
And it, like, I know a lot of you watch these videos are also like moving into your houses and doing up your houses. Just keep Emma in mind. They're award-winning, amazing ratings online. We can put this on your bed and you can just sleep on it and then bring it in. Right, sure, we'll open it up. Mommy's working for the day. This is my workout for the day. Are you joking? All day. Stop down. I kill you. Workout for the day. Stand back, chicken. See the arrival rolled up like this, and it just expands. Then we can do the lie down test. But bed is ready. So we're doing the glass of water test. What do you think so far of your little lie down?
Comfortable, but there's a kid jumping on me. Seems really great for, you know,
Lower back.
For your lower back,
Yeah.
which I suffer from.
Yeah.
Sorry for cursing.
Sorry, Emma. Oh. 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 We haven't hoovered all week. Just what happens with kids. But we've a mighty task ahead over the next few weeks. We are starting my Carrie Bradshaw walk-in wardrobe extravaganza transformation.
Oh no.
Early. This man promised me, and I will hold you to your promise.
I'm just gonna take the doors off the wardrobes and save myself like $3,000.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a bit of a budget job. We're just kind of going to remove the doors from the walk-in wardrobe and like paint it all dark blue.
Why dark blue?
Because that's the colour of her one.
Why don't you do your own colour?
I want it to be a Carrie Bradshaw wardrobe.
You could do Barbie pink to match your Barbie nails.
No.
You could do a green to match your green love heart emoji thing.
I thought you don't want any more green rooms.
No lights in here. It's gonna be like the Blair Witch Project.
Oh shit, yeah. Why is that switch right next to this? There's not even a little finger's width of a gap. Old houses are so weird. The reason...
I could explain it if you wanted me to.
I don't want to know. I just want to bitch and moan.
Yeah.
The actual reason that we are starting the walk-in wardrobe renovation sooner than we'd planned. So because my dad's extension and the roof goes over onto our house, there were skylights in here that were really important to like air it out. So one in the walk-in wardrobe and one in our ensuite bathroom.
What was above the ensuite and the walk-in wardrobe was a flat roof. What we've done is we've built a gabled roof over Paul's side and connected that into our side. So that roof now is above this flat roof. So the plan is there's V-Lux put on the new roof, which is above this one, and we're just going to build little light tunnels up to the V-Lux, and then instead of skylights it'll be shafts up to V-Lux windows, so there'll be light and air. Before we did this was one of the coldest areas in the house, because
yeah,
it was very thin roof, and the skylights had no insulation. But now
checking on our creeper,
it's all going to be insulated. There'll be 2 or 3 different, we're going to put insulated plasterboard, then there'll be Rockwool insulation, and then foam insulation in the roof, and then there'll be the V-Lux windows.
like another sauna. Now we have to pull everything out of here in the dark because there's no lights. Why don't the lights work in here?
Because we had to disconnect them because I was pulling the roof apart,
Oh,
pulling
yeah.
all the ivy out.
Did you tell them about the ivy?
I took that video and showed the ivy,
So
you can insert that if you want.
I'll put a picture here of the plant that was growing up the side of our house, and I was obsessed with it. Thought it was so beautiful. But that...
It grew across the roof of like a 4-meter garage and then grew into the flat roof and wrapped itself around all the lights and then died and dried out, and I was pulling twigs out of our lights which get really hot because they're not new.
That's terrifying.
And it was, the whole thing was a fucking fire hazard. So that was fun. It's safe now.
So we're going into the office and all of my clothes are going to have to live on the pull-out bed in the office because I've nowhere else to put them. The house is just stuff everywhere. So all of my clothes are just going to be piled here for a long time. Okay, so some time has passed and there's now an enormous clothes mountain in the office. I've set up my ring light to get some good before and after shots in here of the walk-in wardrobe before the owl transformation process. I don't think Thomas showed you this, but his foot went through the roof. So you can see there, it's a huge space. We did get fresh carpet in here, so I probably won't be putting in like the wooden floor like in the Carrie Bradshaw wardrobe. She has like a wooden floor and then a rug, but we can totally do the whole, you know, removing the doors and open storage and then put open storage here and it's leading down to a bathroom, very like in the show, and I'm very excited.
What are you doing?
Vlog.
I can't come in holding the child.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were naked. What has to happen in here, by the way?
So on the other side of that wall is the old garage. And in the garage was
where Dad's kitchen is
all the
going.
circuit breakers for the house.
Yes, the circuit breakers are in there.
And it is currently situated where Paul's sink is going to be. So the circuit breakers need to be brought back into our house. And to keep costs down, we're just going to put them on the other side of the wall, which is inside that wardrobe.
Earlier when Thomas was joking about like not getting proper built-in storage, I think what he means is keeping what's there, just removing the doors, but keeping what's there. And would we have to obviously like sand the crap out of all this though to paint it?
I haven't even properly looked to see what that is. I don't know if it's solid wood or if it's veneer.
Sure, if that's not going to work, we are going to have to replace it, but that'd cost a fortune. So yeah. Oh, we never replaced the radiator in here. Anyway.
That's because those radiators are new. What's wrong with that?
Our little ensuite in here, which is still very nice, even though it's absolutely ancient. I really like this bathroom. I love the floor. 4 shots. You're ruining it.
Tiny pizza.
He thought he was getting a bigger pizza. We're having our takeaway night. We actually very rarely do this, but we're staying up and we're going to watch some of the new Witcher season.
We're going to watch half an hour. We're going to bed.
The plan was to do a Q&A. I asked for some questions on Instagram to do like the exhaustion vlogs that we used to do last year in these Reno videos. We'd always be like exhausted by the time the kids go to sleep, but we really are too exhausted to do a Q&A.
Yeah, it's 10 to 9. I want to be asleep at half.
Yeah, but we're going to vlog again tomorrow. We're going to do more tomorrow. This part of the day just feels like a nice warm hug. So we're starting today in the walk-in wardrobe and the doors are coming off. Da 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 da.
What the fuck?
Already? I'm trying to tell Thomas that these shelves are like really bent, but I don't know if it shows up on camera.
There's about 1, maybe 2 degrees of a bend in them, and I'm not going to tear all these feckin' wardrobes out and buy new wardrobes for the sake of 1 degree.
What if I buy them behind your back?
What if I bury you behind them?
Look, I'm meant to be online trying to find a nice coat rail for the hall and shoe storage, but I'm ordering this for the bathroom. Okay, this needs to go on the bathroom door. I found it on Etsy. It's just amazing. It's only 18 quid.
This is a video confession. The camera was left behind, so I'm recording this to show that I did try to take this apart gently so it would be reused, but things didn't work out that way. There was glue, there was various types of screws, and therefore I got tick and decided to just tear the fucking thing out with my bare hands. So this unfortunately cannot be reused in its current form, but it can be reused maybe as firewood. So on the other side of this wall is the circuit breakers. Punch through this wall, circuit breakers go here, and then we just build around them. So I think that's a job well done.
I've been informed of what has happened in here. Oh, dearie me. I guess that means we get to chance doing an old IKEA paint job again of some built-in IKEA furniture. Do you remember the disaster we had in the office with painting IKEA furniture? The old peeling wallpaper is very much a vibe. I found this, by the way, in my clothes pile. My old merch back in the day when I had merch.
Vintage Melanie merch from 2015.
Get up.
Why?
I'm fixing your chair.
I look like shit. This is covered in paint.
Forgive our appearances, but there's a lot happening on the house. I'm sorry, if you hear hammering, it's coming from the baby monitor. Baby's asleep and is somehow sleeping through them hammering out above the walk-in wardrobe.
For now.
It's just all happening because the loft next door even has a floor since yesterday. The beautiful conservatory is already full of stuff.
Again, we had to knock the garage and the shed for the extension, so then all the stuff went either under plastic in the garden or into the utility. But now the utility's getting done up, so now it's out of the utility and now it's in there. And then it'll probably get fecked out of there as well.
We basically need a shed.
We need a shed. We need a permanent shed that isn't going to be taken over by something else.
Thomas is going to build a shed.
We're going to build a shed. I saw a plant pot and I want the shed to look like this.
This is the shed inspiration. This plant pot.
Yeah, so it's going to be parapet walls on either side, and then a steel roof, and
Painted red.
cheap and cheerful, white walls, red roof.
Me and your dad thought
Very good.
putting old stones in the corners would look real cute because it'd make it look like it's been there for a long time.
So that might happen. The main thing
Let's
is that it's built.
Let's just complicate it.
Preferably before Halloween.
You feckin' love being busy. So we are gonna do Q&A. I screenshotted lots of questions that you sent. How do you budget your renovations? And there was a few questions about this, like what percentage of our income are we spending on renovations and stuff like that. I feel like any disposable income we have is going on renovations.
Yeah.
Basically all of it.
Basically all of it, yeah.
So like for me, I think I'm probably on average spending on bills like half my wages and then saving a little bit but spending the whole rest of it on the house.
Yeah, between like mortgage bills and food, it's about half the income, and then the other
So
half is
expensive.
Since the start, how we've been doing it is we want the job done once, but we also want it done cheap. So usually that results in me and my dad doing the labour part. We want it done once, so we're not going to go for the cheap option now and then replace it in 5 years, because then you're making it even more expensive. At the same time, we're not going feckin' mad.
Yeah.
You know, like we had to swap the windows out. The windows were all aluminium and they were freeze.
Yeah, I would have liked really beautiful, pretty windows, like, you know, dark wooden frames.
That was
but like
straight away, no. There's lovely, at the front of the house, there's white PVC that's future-proof and insulated. So we just did the same on the back. And it all matches up and it's grand. And as a result, we just had to swap out the windows at the back of the house to make them the same as the front, rather than putting nice windows at the back and then you have to put nice windows at the front.
Well, I got over this very quickly by, you know, being like, I own windows, that's enough for me. It's very nice to at least be able to say, these are my windows. Current favourite decor item in your house?
Decor item? It's probably my radiogram.
Thomas does love his radiogram.
I love my radiogram and I very rarely get to this.
But well, we haven't figured out where that's going or how to like style above it, because it could look really cool with like pictures and, well, you saw the piano earlier. I'm just that whole little corner and the pictures and stuff. I really ticked. It's so pretty. It's just like a little cupcake. Like you walk in, you're like, ah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but for some reason my favourite room in the house is the utility. And it's right now, it's just literally, but it's already come so far. Cause
no, your favourite room in the house is the utility room that you envisage. It's how you think it's gonna end up.
But even now, when I'm standing in it, it's just really nice. You look out the window and you see the patio, and then out the glass door, and you can see up the garden.
You're a big weirdo.
Yeah.
How do you choose something, furniture / colours, etc., that you know you love forever? Well, like, I suppose I don't know that we're gonna love anything forever. Like, I don't know that we'll always love having a green sitting room, but we both love dark green right now, and it makes us feel cozy and happy. So I think we both kind of just go with that, like what feels nice.
Yeah, we go with what feels nice. But then as well, we just we've had a rule from the start to be not buying like fast furniture.
Is this house your forever home? Probably.
Yeah.
Like it
We're
probably
treating it like it is.
Yeah, we're just treating it like we'll always be here, because that's like was so important to us when we were looking at houses, was can we see ourselves, you know, leaving in a box, you know, like.
Yeah, no, genuinely, because and especially because of the way the market is now and has been for as long as I can remember. You know, once you get your foot in the door, you might be there for a very long time. So that was the one thing we had in our head, is when we were looking at a place, we're like, do we love this? Is this something we can be in forever? Because that might end up being the case. Even if we don't want it to be the case, it might end up being the case. And
there's so much, like, if we do all this whole house up to our current taste, and in 20 years we're like, oh, what were we thinking? Like, it's got such good bones that we could just completely redo it.
No, we loved the house from the day we arrived, and that hasn't gone away. Like it's just, it's a gorgeous area. Just the whole layout is perfect. All the sizes of the rooms are just exactly what we wanted. Like it's just, it's gorgeous.
How do you feel when Thomas is working on the house but you're minding the children? I just want to split him in two. Because on the one hand, I'm so amazingly grateful and happy that you are able to do all the work that you're doing, especially on my dad's house. Like that's just been amazing.
Well,
to me
we were
doing that.
Yeah, because we were talking about this, that if me and my dad weren't taking point on out there, it essentially wouldn't be happening, because the cost of building anything right now is just through the roof. And we've been just basically making savings wherever we can from the start. But no, it's hard on me as well, because like I'd be coming in, like the amount of days that I came in from work and you'd be standing at the front door with the kids, and then my dad would be standing there like this, come on, and I'm like, right, do I put the jammies on and start minding and open up daddy daycare for the afternoon, or do I put the Snickers on and go out and start stacking blocks?
Yeah.
You know, it's just fucking possible.
You've been very much in a really crap position of feeling like you're being pulled in every, like that picture we showed you earlier in the vlog. But
yeah, like even last night, I was surprised you didn't get a shot of me doing it, but last night...
He was out cleaning the gutters.
Well, there's a lad coming to put the gutters and the soffit and everything on the house. And, you know, these lads' time is precious, and they could get in new gutters, but that'll cost money. And there was perfectly good gutters that came off the garage. They were just dirty. So I said, no, I'll clean them. So I went out and I was out there for over an hour.
I used to be
scrubbing gutters.
Before we moved in here, I was so always, and I still sometimes think that way, that like time is more important than money and all this, but
time is money.
But when you have a list as long as 10 human bodies of what you have to do on the house and add up like individually how much everything it's gonna cost, you have to just like make savings anywhere you can. Decision on the hedges. So in the last house to home vlog we talked to you about the back row of hedges out there.
That was already, we talked about the whole thing.
Well, we didn't make a decision.
Those Leylandis are not
going.
native trees. And
well, we got a comment from some, what was a conservationist or something like that, and they explained that it would be better to get rid of them because they're not native and to put in Irish trees.
That's what I said in the last video.
They agreed with you.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Any style or colour you're too scared to try. Like there's loads of styles. It's not that I'm too scared to try them, I just don't think they'll go with what we've already done. But there's just so many different beautiful interior design styles that I'm obsessed with. You like a lot of those really gothic houses with like where it's all black and skulls and old velvet red chairs.
When I eventually do up the guest bedroom, I might design it in such a way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I do like in houses where there's certain rooms that are just completely different to the rest of the house.
But that's what I want for this. I want it to be such a weird, unique property, you know?
Like this room, I say, is fairly old-fashioned, the way that we've done it. And the utility, I kind of want to lean into that more. I want it to be like a granny utility room.
But even my office, like it has the flowery wallpaper, and in here it's like the flowery rugs, and it's all very nature and mystical and old and cozy, and there is a feeling, but then like our bedroom is very plain.
Yeah.
But it still has a bit, you know, of the old wood and that kind of thing. So I don't know.
I was thinking about this for the bathroom. Like we kind of talked about how like it'll be a very long time if ever we do up the main bathroom, because we both really love it as it is with the blue suite and everything. But I was thinking, like, because of how the rest of the house is, it'd be mad if we just did the bathroom like hyper modern.
No.
Just like super lots of right angles.
Imagine if we did the loft eventually, and you go up there, then the entire loft is like that. There's like no pictures. Like we still haven't hung a lot of pictures in here, but we are eventually going to have a lot of pictures and stuff. But like it's all like white and marble and shiny.
Yeah.
not happening, but it would be a funny joke.
It would be a funny joke.
Not ha funny, but
Silly.
Isn't it scary sometimes to think that you are only going to be having sex with your husband forever? No, like I wanted to get married.
Yeah. That's why we got married.
Where do you draw most of your inspiration from for house stuff that we've done so far? For me, it's like films.
For me, a lot of it is just what feels right. Like when we were doing the shelves there, like that was just, I was giving the guy who was doing it a hand, and he was like, right, how are we going to do this? And I was like, well, I suppose we'll put that there, and we'll put this here. And what other pieces do we have? Right, that one's fairly long. We'll put that there, and put these two here.
Instinct, guys.
I was just instinct.
Gut feelings.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Christmas? Yes, you're off over Christmas. Our baby will be so much more manageable by then, so
Yeah.
I think this Christmas will be so nice. It will be so settled in here. I won't be pregnant.
What are you talking about? I'm not thinking about Christmas, I'm thinking about the million things I have to get done before Halloween.
Okay, top tips on managing the reno with kids. Have amazing grandparents.
Yeah.
Because realistically, Thomas's mum and my dad give us a hand with just like keeping our eldest occupied and away, and just have no life, really. We don't we don't do anything. I say that though, like that sounds horrible. They are amazing, like the kids, and that is an amazing life, and we're very lucky to have them. But it's just, you know, we don't get to have nights out.
It's because of how we're doing it. Like once again, if we were doing this reno the way the average person does it, and they just hire someone to come in and do it, it would probably cost like quadruple the price.
Yeah.
And we would have ran out of money like a year ago. As I said last night, between putting the kids down for a sleep and washing myself, I was cleaning gutters to make a saving, and I was moving all that shit from the utility in there.
Would love to hear your plans for the kids' room / nursery. Once baby's big enough, she is going to be sleeping in the room with our son, so it's currently his room, but it is going to be their room until they're like, you know, coming up to being teenagers and wanting their own room. I would like them to co-sleep. My sister and I always co-slept, and I just feel like our parents, when they were kids, they would have been in a room with multiple other kids, you know, like and I just think it's like natural. It's good for people to sleep, to obviously everyone wants their own space when they get to a certain age, and they will have that. But when they're kids, they're gonna be sharing a room. I don't know yet, because I don't know what they're gonna both like by the time we're doing up that room. But we'll be pulling out all of the built-in storage that's in there, and obviously giving it like a freshen up, a paint job. It has a new carpet and stuff, but it'll be like wall murals. We're thinking of getting Thomas's sister to paint some like really beautiful wall murals of whatever they're into at the time. Right now our son loves the Gruffalo, Zog, Paw Patrol, that kind of thing. I don't know if he'll like that by the time, but see what she likes as well, and it'll have to be stuff that the two of them like. And then big massive floor bed, Montessori style with the toys. I wanted to do that ages ago, but again, it's just not important, because he's a kid. Like, he just throws his toys everywhere and sleeps and does not care about the wall color, so it's just not a priority.
All that stuff would be for us.
It would be for us and for Instagram. Thomas was just plugging in the baby monitor, it died. Someone said, how do you manage the stress of renovating as a couple? My husband and I can hardly cope. We don't really manage it very well. It is extremely stressful.
It's really stressful.
Like there's lots of times where we get very snappy with each other and stuff, but we just try and kind of...
One thing, now it took us ages to get to that point, but one thing is, I think, to get your living space, so like your sitting room or your kit, whatever it is that you're going to spend most of your time in, if you can get that looking nice, it takes a huge weight off. And I noticed that with this room. When this room was being done up, it was the biggest stress, because you never got away from the mess. Whereas when we finally got this room done, like there's 3 or 4 rooms in the house now with one or multiple things going on, but I can just sit down and watch telly and it's fine, and I'm away from it all. Whereas it's when you're sitting in the filth and you're sitting in the tools.
It just wears you down. You just get it's very hard to not be snappy under that
Yeah,
kind of
because
stress.
you can't switch off as well because you're looking around. Your to-do list is surrounding you.
Yeah.
You're walking through your home and there's all these things just looking at you like, this needs to be done.
Do you worry about choosing interiors that are a trend? I don't even know what's trendy. Like, I saw a thing recently about how dark wood and like antique stuff is on trend again. But
Is it?
apparently.
Well,
but
we're not. When we were, I'll put it this way: when we were sorting out the fireplace and how we were going to do all that, I was looking up ways to get the fireplace restored, and all I saw was multiple articles being like, how to sort out your fugly old fireplace.
Yeah.
How do you lime wash your ugly fireplace so it's white and modern looking. How to tear down your ugly stone fireplace and put in something that's nice.
I know a few years ago, like it was very trendy for everything to be grey, like 50 shades of grey. Your whole house is white walls and everything's grey, grey wooden floors, grey everything. I don't know if that's on trend anymore. I don't feel like it is, but maybe it's just because the people I follow, they renovate very much based on their personalities and what they like, and I don't really. So
that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
we're just picking things that we like.
Everything goes out of trend when it goes in trend. Like I prefer classic and like stuff that's just timeless. If you go with your heart, it can never be out of trend.
You should put that on a t-shirt.
Like this, like my book title. There's loads more, but we don't have time because our son is about to arrive in and he's like a hurricane. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little while. If you want an Emma mattress, don't forget to use my code, and I'm delighted to have them sponsoring the video. It's very nice to get housey sponsors because there's not that many. The money just gets pumped right back into the house, and then we are using the renovation to make content, so it's like a circle of life. Adieu.
And fair winds.
What are you doing down there?
Yeah, what's going on down there?